What's up, guys? Welcome to Kinda Funny's Harry Potter in Review. There's a lot of weird things this week. There was no intro. There's no Nick. What's going on with that, Andy? What's going on? I hear you asking. I see
the professors
asking.
of the dark arts are they're putting curses on us. Soundboardius expilanio,
Yeah,
you know?
damn.
It's not funny.
Exactly
It's crazy what's
Our
happening.
soundboard's broken, so some issues happen. So that's why there's no intro. It's okay. There's no Nick because he's in Japan. But
Allegedly.
don't worry. Do not fret, ladies and gentlemen out there. Nick Scarpino himself wrote the plot for me to read. And I have not looked at it. I just confirmed that he sent it to me. It is 10 pages long.
Oh, my God.
It is 10 whole pages long with no spaces.
Oh, my
now
God.
I understand why he
gets lost.
But anyways, I'm Tim Gettys. This is Andy Cortez.
Hey,
that is Kevin Coelho
What's up,
over
dude?
there. This is Kinda Funny's Harry Potter in Review. We are ranking and reviewing every movie in the Harry Potter franchise. This is one of the last movies, so we'll see how everything goes. After this, we're doing Star Wars.
penultimate
Andy.
one.
We're doing Star Wars.
Wow.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can watch the show live, twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. Barrett, can you hit that stopwatch, please? I appreciate that. And you can also watch it later if you don't want to watch live on youtube.com/kindafunny or on roosterteeth.com. Or you can just listen to it as a podcast. Search for Kinda Funny Reviews. We appreciate the high ratings on the iTunes stuff, on the podcast stuff. We love you guys a lot. Thank you to our Patreon producers, Al Tribesman and David Mintel, the Mind Freak himself, and the Predator.
The Mind Freak and the Predator coming to TBS.
Should we be calling someone the Predator?
Coming to TNT
Predator is fine
at 9 p.m. on Thursdays.
Okay.
It's
You're really up on this context horse, aren't you?
yeah, dude.
All right.
I mean, it's pro-texts and contexts.
Good fuck, Kevin. Think about it that way. Today, we are talking about Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1.
I thought you were just going to keep talking. I was going to do the background music.
Released
for you.
on November 19th.
Like, the thing is, we usually have background music, but it's broken today, so
what do we
I'll
do?
do it on myself.
That's not
What are you
true.
supposed
We don't.
Have you ever listened to the show, Kevin? You don't know.
I do.
No?
I sing it really
Yeah.
quietly into the mic like this.
The entire time. You ever wonder what he's doing back there? That's it. Released on November 19th, 2010. And this is when things are starting to get into my mind, a frame of reference of time.
Yeah, Obama's president.
Yeah, what a different time.
Yeah.
But 2010, we're talking almost a decade ago that one of the last movies came out. It doesn't feel that long to me.
It does not feel
No.
that.
I feel like I remember Harry Potter movies in theaters.
Yeah.
You know, trailers playing before other movies that I was watching. And here we are.
What movies
Almost
were
at
you
the
watching
end.
in 2010?
2010? Probably
The Bourne
Transformers
Ultimatum.
3, Dark of the Moon.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
repeat. Over
That's
and
right.
over and over. Directed by David Yates, once again, the man that has done essentially all the goddamn movies from Order of the Phoenix on, and all of the Fantastic Beasts. And don't forget about the Legend of Tarzan. A budget
God.
of
Who could
$250
forget?
million, but it's shared with Part 2.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Why?
they did one of those
Did the film at the same time?
yeah, that type of situation. But on top of that, 250, if you remember, was the same budget as last movie, the entire thing. But that made it one of the most expensive movies of all time. 125 is the more average, so half of these
I
Harry
see.
Potter movies. It had a box office with a worldwide gross of $960 million. Part 1 is the third highest grossing movie of 2010, behind Toy Story 3 and Alice in Wonderland.
Oh my God.
Ugh. And the third highest grossing Harry Potter film in terms of worldwide totals, behind Deathly Hallows Part 2 and Philosopher/Sorcerer's Stone. A runtime of 2 hours and 26 minutes. Before we get into
Didn't feel that long.
the plot, before we get into the serious facts, all the stuff, what do we think about this movie?
As a young child, when this came out, I was like, I don't like this. I was 20. But I was like, this movie's slow as shit. You know? There's a lot of drama here.
Mm-hmm.
Now as an
Get to the
adult,
action.
I like it a lot.
You like it a lot.
Yeah.
What do you like about it, Kevin?
You know. Remember when they're like, oh, R.A.B.
Yeah,
That was a
cool.
quick solution
Forgot
for
everything
a,
now.
for a setup.
The best scene was like where Harry and Hermione were like, will they, won't they? No, they're friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it
Was that
still
the best
gave
scene?
me that anxiety.
See, to me, it was just like, oh, forget everything you know. Why are they dancing like that? I've never danced with a friend like that.
Yeah, but he's
You've
being
never been,
silly. He's like
like-
lightening the mood. He wasn't like trying to be horny dancing. He was just like, we're going through tough times. Let me do a little silly dance.
You don't think he was
and try
trying to
put
like
a smile on your face?
feel the room out?
No, I really don't. I really don't. No. I'm kind of indifferent on this movie, similar to the last one. I just, again, it really did feel like this is the build-up, just like the last movie kind of felt, where we're waiting for the bigger things to happen. So let's give you some important plot stuff. Let's give you some important dialogue between these characters. Let's show how difficult this journey is for them, and how are they going to make it out? Will they make it out of this journey? We don't know. I enjoy all that stuff. I just do think that it was slow.
Yeah.
It was slow.
I can't believe how disappointed I am with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Watching these for the first time, not being familiar with the story, so not knowing exactly where things go or whatever, like not knowing what happens in part 2. I can imagine if I'd seen them all, I understand where this one fits a bit more, where it's like the slowness and them kind of figuring things out, that would mean more to me. But now we're 7 movies in, and I kind of just feel like we're hitting a point where a lot of the movies are justifying their own existence by asking questions that we didn't need to not only do we not need answered, like they didn't need to be asked, and we're a little too late to be asking new questions. I feel like there's so much shit that was set up in the last 3 movies and 4, 5, 6 that I would have rathered them address, that I feel like this movie kind of starts as, oh, this Horcruxes. How are they finding these things? Like, what is their method to the madness?
Well, that's why Ron's so pissed off.
But it's like, I feel like even in this movie, what was Ron's kind of arc? It was, I feel like it just served the plot for whatever just caused them. They needed drama, it felt like.
The one ring was pissing him off. He was wearing it. He was getting all mad.
And it's just like, hey, like Harry, in the beginning, it's like, we got you no matter what. Until that's not convenient. And then I'm going to be mad at you and leave. And it's like, why?
This movie feels like the way some TV shows have felt, where the writer doesn't have a clear ending in mind. And so they're kind of making things up to further along the drama, to further along the plot, even though they don't necessarily have like an ending in sight. Mm-hmm. Even though they did, this does feel like they're kind of just, what should we do next?
Stalling.
Yeah.
It really does feel like stalling to me, of like building for the next movie, which is fine, but that's not how you make movies. And I think the problem is, for me, is taking the books out of it, taking what happens in the books, taking that story out of it. These movies were telling a story within their own world, and I feel like, 1 and 2 were a little rough for me, where it's like these feel a little kiddie and like samey, and then 3 was like, we're kind of setting a new tone. 4, 5, 6, we're great. building, and then you just get to this, and I really feel like it lost vision, and this didn't feel like a movie, and it didn't feel like, without reading the book, it didn't feel like a good adaptation of a good thing. It just kind of felt like filler stuff that, when I really look at this movie and the plot and what happened, when it ended, I kind of felt like I'd rather this have just been one movie, and this, everything that happens in this, condense it to about 15 minutes at the beginning of the next one. Like, speed the stuff up. Like, I feel like a lot of the stuff that we already saw Harry and Ron kind of have a weird fight, and it was awkward 3 movies ago.
Yeah, but now, I guess now they're throwing the whole, like, Hermione is now maybe a part of this fight. Harry's trying to move in on Hermione. In Ron's eyes, everything that he's seen has been so conveniently placed in front of him that, like, oh, your friend's trying to move on your guy, and then, or on your girl, and then that kind of makes the whole, the Voldemort popping out of the little necklace and him being like, your girl, bro, like, your guy's moving in on her, your friend, he's apparently your friend, like, that's supposed to make this all worth it.
I get it. It's just like, that feels like some midway through the franchise drama, not final build a epic, we're getting to the end thing, when people are almost dying. Like, in the beginning with the Fred George stuff, I was like, Jesus, like, oh my God, they're going there.
Moody died.
Moody died off cam.
Yeah, that's true.
And then in the end, it's like Dobby died, and it's like, cool, I get this was epic and heroic and all that stuff.
Did you
but
feel
where
something
the
was
fuck's
that?
they been the last couple movies? It's like, I just wish these movies could have been so great if they just committed a bit more to
I think
just being a good movie series.
I think this movie suffers the most from, like, missing stuff from the book, because it's like, now it's like where things are compiling together, where a big part of it's like, how are they finding these Horcruxes? Like, that's weird. And, like, I know Barrett has a lot to say about that, but no Mike to say any of it.
I already said it last week, Kevin.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, nobody
And
can
neither
hear
can the kids. Did you set up a mic down there?
No.
It'd be really easy to.
I'm going to read the plot.
Nick's not here, but worry not. Tim will read his plot.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. The ministry has fallen. The minister of magic is dead. They are coming.
You have to read it like from Star Trek. What's his name?
William Shatner?
William Shatner. You have to do it like William Shatner.
Harry Potter.
We got nailed it.
Why William Shatner?
Because Jane
Nick
Skiz up in
reads
chat
ads.
one time mentioned that like he sounds like William Shatner when he reads. Because it'd be like, we hear metal creaking, float toward a rusty ass Warner Bros. Logo.
Hey, man,
We hear
reading's
metal
hard,
creaking as we
right?
float toward a rusty ass Warner Brothers logo. The intense metal on metal action is superseded by a cacophony of loud
Wow,
whispers. Can you
cacophony.
imagine Nick reading?
No.
Fucking writing this like, who's gonna fucking read these big words? This is shit.
I bet
This
you
shit.
he's like, I'm gonna get to
Yeah.
with these words.
All right, I'm gonna
It's
try
like-
my best to faithfully read what Nick writes
Okay.
for your listening.
Oh
and viewing
God, this
pleasure.
line. You don't have to read this next line.
This is shit is off the chiz aim.
I hate him. I want him to never come back.
Oh my God.
Thankfully,
What
Bill
a
Nye.
boomer, man.
Thankfully, Bill Nye from Shaun of the Dead is here to save us. Safety first, Andy. Also, if you didn't know, Bill Nye was in Love Actually, my third favorite Christmas movie after Home Alone and Die Hard.
Nye,
Love
right?
Actually.
Nye?
I think it's Nahi.
No, just Bill Nye.
Really? Oh
Yeah.
shit.
Anywho.
Yeah.
Anywho. And he wrote anywho.
With the dash in the middle. Does anyone
Let's
have a
not
dash?
make fun of.
Anywho,
He's writing
Bill
his notes on
Nye
a plane.
is the new Minister of Magic, Minister Rufus Scrimgeour, and he wants everyone to know Scrimgeour, and he wants everyone to know the ministry has everything under control, but we kind of get the feeling he's full of hot, steamy dog shit.
Hot steamy.
Thankfully, Hermione's parents, who are Muggle dentists, don't read the Daily Prophet. If they did, they'd know the Dark Mark has sparked panic. Meanwhile, Uncle Vernon and Thugley are packing the car. When the going gets tough, the Dursley get going. It's not safe for them here anymore, but let's be honest, Lord V isn't coming after them because he knows no one would pee on Dudley's gums if his mouth was on fire. Speaking of burning alive,
What?
Tim Way. The Weasleys are hiding out in the same hut that William Wallace and his uncle burned all those English soldiers alive in the Oscar-winning movie Braveheart, which is my fourth favorite Christmas movie of all time.
I love that he puts 2 exclamation points at the end of that.
Dude, Braveheart's a great movie though.
It's a pretty good movie.
And like that hut looks just like
yeah,
it.
it kind of did.
Oh God, here we go, guys.
Get
I was wondering when it was gonna happen.
Oh, here we
When's it
go.
gonna get sexual? This soon.
Oh, I'm excited.
We're starting to get the picture now that the kids are a bit distant. Ron looks out toward the horizon as if his boyhood innocence is gone, and all that lay before him is an insurmountable task and premature ejaculation. Back at Hermione's house, Hermione obliviates her parents, wiping their memory of her from their brains. I can only imagine the sense of freedom they must feel not having kids anymore. They can go anywhere, like Australia, which is where they want to go. I read a little fun fact.
I
They
thought he
say
was
it.
gonna say
I
like
think
Japan.
I think they say it. Like
I think
as,
it's like
as
a
they're
book
panning
thing.
over, they're like, "Oh, Australia sounds."
If you would have
nice.
said like Japan, that would have been a funnier joke.
Yeah,
'Cause
that
he
would have
would've
been really
kids in
funny.
Japan.
Yeah.
That would have
Yeah.
been good. That would have been real good.
It's weird that he didn't make that connection.
Harry watches as the Dursleys drive away, while on the other side of town, Hermione walks down the street like the end of every Incredible Hulk episode. Finally, the title.
He's so old.
Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. I appreciated the title
Yeah.
coming in late. You know, it kind of built some stuff up. Didn't really appreciate what happened before the title came, but especially after the epic beginning of the last movie.
There was
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say there's a deleted scene that I wish that they had not deleted, where it was Thugley coming up and being like, "Aren't you coming?" And him being like, "No, I have to stay." And he's like, "Well, why wouldn't you come? Like, you got to be safe." And it's just this really nice moment that they
Oh,
have
wow.
where he's basically like, "I'm sorry."
Dudley actually
Yeah.
like cares for him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe he's not.
It's in the books too.
I was gonna say
the dog has a heart.
there's a part of me that wishes we didn't see the effects of Obliviate. Like because I feel like it would have been really cool and had a much more deeper impact on us as the viewer when they do it later on to those guys that kind of attack him in the cafe. Like if we would have just seen Hermione be like Obliviate to her parents and then not really thought about it, and then later on when they're like wipe their memory, Obliviate, and
so
be like,
it's not
oh,
clear what it does. in the
yeah,
beginning?
and then be like, oh fuck, she wiped her parents' mind. Like that's crazy. Like I don't know. I kind of thought that would have been a cool reveal later on. You know?
Yeah, I will say like it didn't hit me. It's like the way that
it wasn't shot
portrayed.
well.
Like the way that it was shot. Like
suddenly there's a picture of just a bed, and it's like
what? Like that's
Just
really
his
fucking
dad
weird,
like left
man.
justified on the photo.
Yeah, and I think that is, and I'm trying not to sound
justified.
super negative on this. It's one of those things where I just wish it was a bit stronger because I feel with as far as we are into this franchise, it's things like this where I'm like, why are you still committing to introducing new types of like quirky magic stuff where it's like there's real stuff happening now, you know? And like her deleting the memory of her parents should be like,
She can bring it back, though.
fuck. But yeah, forget everything you know. And on top of that, it's like, we don't really know our parents. Like, we don't know. Like, this doesn't mean anything to us as viewers.
It was Cat Stark though.
It was her.
Yeah. Turns out, no, let's see. Yeah,
British
turns out
guy.
it's Snape come to join the party. The same Snape who killed Dumbledore in the last movie. Also, he's in my first favorite Christmas film, Die Hard, starring Bruce Willis as Snape.
I hate him.
Oh, he's doing a great job.
I hate him.
He's doing a great
Snape
job.
joins a meeting around a big table with all of Dark Lord's top generals. Jorah is there, isn't he?
I didn't see him.
From Game of Thrones?
I know who you're talking about.
I think he was there.
Jorah Mormont.
I'm
Snape.
thinking of the wrong guy. I'm thinking of
No,
thinking of
you're right.
Oh, yeah, that
I was
sounds
thinking
right.
of the
Yeah.
Andals,
Yeah.
the fishing guy.
Yeah. Well, I know fishing. I don't know what it has to do with the fish. But he's an Andal.
Got
The
it.
big tall blonde dude.
I'll do anything for you, country.
Handsome. Dragon scale all
Super
over himself.
handsome.
What
Like
happened to him? How does he end?
One of the guys that's like definitely balding, right? Like he's past the point of like, but he's so handsome.
This episode is brought to you by 4 Hymns.
Yeah.
So if you notice,
He could have had some help. He could have been a 14 out of 10 instead of just a 10 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Jeez, wow. Snape did the thing I already said. He reports that he's heard something will happen Saturday, next at nightfall. Yaxley tells him he's full of shit. Potter won't be moved until the 30th of this month, the day before he turns 17. Snape fires back. The Ministry doesn't protect Harry anymore because people think we've infiltrated it. We got that right. Lord V asks Pius, but he doesn't know shit. Harry will be taken
looks scared
to
as fuck,
a safe house, which has been given every manner of protection, so we gotta kill that little fucker in transit. Oh, God.
Do we miss
We're
the scene?
experiencing it through his eyes.
I
right
love
now.
it.
Oh, no, that's
I love
later.
it.
It's later.
What?
There's a scene that I want to talk about later.
Yeah.
Someone screams from the downstairs dungeon, and Lord V tells Wormtail to handle it. We also see someone hanging above the table in pain. It's Charity Burbage. Horrifying. Anytime we get some weird fucking, like, Christ-looking shit in these movies, it's like, why is this 10 times more horrifying than anything else in these movies?
Yeah.
Bellatrix offers to kill Harry, but it's gotta be Lord V. Sadly, he faces an unfortunate complication. Lord V's wand and Harry's wand are twins.
It's true.
They can wound each other, but not kill. He needs a different wand, like Lucius's wand. I thought this part was weird because of how they expressed it, where they're like, they're twins. They can hurt each other, but they can't kill. I'm like, you're saying that as if that's a twin thing.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
it is a twin thing. You've never heard of any two
Fuck you,
twins
Kevin.
killing each other?
Fuck you.
Google it. It can't happen.
Twins.
They
I
look-
don't know. I guess you're right.
They
It's a
look
two-
the same, but their fingerprints are different.
It's a
Yeah,
twin wand thing. Yeah.
That whole sort of exchange was like a little too anime for me, you know. Like I just, it got really cartoony at that point with like our wands, dude. Like, what are they? Twins or however the fuck he talk? I don't know. I don't do a good.
My
Or
biggest problem
Voldemort.
with this scene is Malfoy, the dad.
Lucius.
Yeah, Lucius. Thank you. Just like the entire time, just squirming and scared. Like, here's my wand.
That's what all the Malfoys are. They're
Okay,
just bitches, dude. Like
The mom seems really cool.
every time, like
She seems really in control. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Anytime something happens to Draco, it's like a little baby bitch, dude.
A couple little serious facts from the Chamber of Facts for you. In every shot where Voldemort and Bellatrix Lestrange appear together, she always moves so that she stands on his right. Traditionally, the spot reserved for the most loyal and trusted follower.
Wow.
Pretty cool shit.
Way to go, David
I like
Yates.
her a lot, man. Lord V takes the wand and introduces the group to Charity Burbage, who used to be a teacher at Hogwarts. Now she's just, quote, hanging around. If this has an effect
Did he
on
put it in
Snape...
quotes?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, he
If
did.
this has an effect on Snape, he doesn't show it. Burbage, as it turns out, believes that muggles and wizards should mate. Parentheses, sex. Burbage pleads with Snape to help her, but Snape is cold as ice. Lord V. Avada Kedavras her and feeds her up to Nagini for dinner.
Oh, I hate it. I hate these movies because Nagini's so scary. Like a big ass like snake that's so spooky fast snake. Like that.
And Tim, spoilers for Fantastic Beasts. Mm-hmm. She used to be a woman, just eating a human being whole. Scary.
Nagini, dinner.
That's really good.
Thanks, Ed.
We get a brief slow-mo shot of DD falling from the observatory. Then we catch up with Harry, who's looking at himself in a shard of mirror. He packs his shit, including a little notebook with R.A.B. written in it, grabs Hedwig, and takes a final look at the space under the stairs where he was once the Dursley slave. We hear Hagrid's fling motorcycle pull up outside.
Flying,
yeah. Flying. Yeah. It has
There's no little Y there.
Spell check. Squiggle. When Harry opens the front door, he's greeted by Hagrid, Hermione, Mad-Eye Moody, the Weasley twins, and General Hux. It turns out Harry and Hux have never met, but Hux is putting it to Fleur Delacour, so I guess he found something to do after The Last Jedi. I like that she was back.
Fleur's back.
All right.
She's looking good, man.
Good for you, Fleur.
Because they mentioned that he works at the banks. She went to work at the banks. They fell in love.
It's really cute. Really cute.
Yeah, dude.
I don't like that he has the scar and there's no explanation.
Dragons.
No, that's not different brother. That's Charlie. This is Bill.
I know these
Dude, they keep
the mom and the dad fuck nonstop, dude.
Non-stop.
We
for
didn't
like
even
30
see
years.
it, man. I didn't even feel the chemistry between them. I don't trust them in
Really?
love.
You didn't feel like they were in love?
I think at this point it's just all sex.
Yeah.
It's just pure
It's just
tantric sex.
Oh my God! Let's fucking
quick
see.
question.
I'm here to fill in for
Did
Nick.
Bill get the scar at the fight at Hogwarts?
Yeah.
All right.
Bill got fucked up by
Louder.
and Fenrir Greyback.
Louder.
Alright, fuck off.
It was Fenrir Greyback.
I knew he was gonna do that.
I can't, I'm a bad person. I don't want to.
You're a Slytherin, Kevin.
Oh my God! Lupin and Tonks are there too. They want to tell Harry about their baby. But Moody interrupts. Harry is underage, so he still has the trace on him, which means the Ministry can track him, which is a giant problem. Also, problems. Let's introduce things just
Forget
so that
everything
we have
you know.
things to deal with. The solution: everyone
the same
takes
way,
Polyjuice
Tim.
potion.
It's the same way that they could track that you did like a spell, and he got in trouble in like the previous
They're
one.
checking your Google history.
Yeah,
it's like,
exactly.
I'm
Man.
fucked if they look at my,
Yeah,
you know.
please don't look at Ron's.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Oh
sick
my God,
bastard.
Ron's, yeah.
Harry. Oh God. The solution: everyone takes Polyjuice potions so they can look like Harry. Mundungus Fletcher is there too, presumably so everyone can make fun of him dressing like a 70s pimp. They all take the potion and they turn into Harry. Fleur has a fun line. Bill, look away. I'm hideous. Off we got.
Off we got.
He was on a plane. Let's not.
I know. It's just fun. It's just fun.
Clearly, off we go.
Little fact for you. Filming the scene with the 7 Harrys was so complex that Radcliffe had to do 90 takes for a single shot. That's insane.
No wonder why he was
worth it?
drunk the whole time during these
No,
movies.
dude,
He was good by now, dude. He was
Oh,
clean.
okay.
He was clean. Some other facts that don't really have a better place to put. Daniel Radcliffe's stunt double suffered a serious injury while filming Deathly Hallows Part 1. He was slammed into a wall after being pulled backwards by a high-strength wire to simulate the effect of an explosion. He was left paralyzed from the neck down.
Oh my
God. When you said serious, I didn't know you mean that serious.
I thought it would have been like just, surgeries and shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I assumed broken arm. Would you call broken arm serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I feel like it's a wide range then.
Yeah. Like, that's horrible. That's really bad.
it is.
Yeah, it's really
It is.
sad. Very tragic.
That's very sad.
This next scene is one of the best scenes to see with the Hue sync
Oh, yeah.
lighting. It is.
The thunder?
The thunder, that like them flying
Yeah,
around
yeah,
and
yeah.
like different spells being cast, sudden reds, sudden greens.
That's awesome.
It is.
Wait, I don't even know if
fucking
there's thunder
beautiful.
in this scene.
I think there might be thunder in the sky. Lightning.
Yeah, was there? I don't know.
What's the
Yeah, yeah.
thunder's the
Okay,
sound?
cool, got it.
Which one's the sound?
Thunder's the sound.
Thunder's
All right, wait.
Lightning's a lightning.
Let's not all get back.
But you know,
Lightning's the lightning. Thanks, Andy.
but you know what I was thinking of? I was like, I don't know. Like, I said that there was thunder and lightning, but my mind went to Mission
You know
Impossible
what?
Fallout.
Yeah.
When they're jumping
But
out of the airplane.
At the end, Voldemort throws like a shot of lightning
Oh,
straight
yeah.
into the air.
That's so weird. He's like the weirdest mean guy ever,
I
man.
like him. I like him a lot.
He's just such a weird guy, man.
Oh man, this is my favorite scene in this movie.
Yeah.
By fucking
It's
far.
a great fucking scene,
So
though.
cool. All of them flying as a group, and then they go
What's
into
his
the thing.
face
It's like,
passing
whoa.
out on him?
It was like
Or,
dogfighting. It was like a
Yeah.
scene from Star
And
Wars or
it's
something.
like, even the scenes where, like, before they get into the sky, I think it is. It might be after, but where Harry's with Hagrid and they're in the tunnel, and then they pull a bumblebee. And they like do the
so
whip and
they,
stuff.
I think they get in the sky and then they come down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I was like, this is fucking dope. But also,
Fucking-
it could have been doper. Like, I wanted to see fucking cool ass spells being
Yeah, so
shot.
I
like,
think
they shot it like an action movie, and it kind of just felt like it was.
I
half
wish
there.
we had seen like what's his face? Was it Fred that got his ear cut?
Yeah.
I wish we had seen that happen. Like little spurts of blood, him going you know.
Yeah. Totally.
Mad Eye Moody. I wish we had gotten to see him get killed.
Yeah.
And then I did.
Hedwig got me, man.
All right, there we go.
Hedwig
I was about
fucking
to
got
say
me because I didn't see it coming.
Hedwig was a fucking. I think that was a really intense, fucked up moment that broke my heart.
It was, but it's the same thing I've been having with these movies, where it was so quick and out of nowhere that like you don't have the time for it to like emotionally hit you. You know?
I do also want to add, this is like in the book, Hedwig dies in a much stupider way. Like his cage falls. In this, he comes and protects him from a killing curse.
His cage just falls.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
He gets hit by a spell.
I'm
Barrett
pretty
says
sure
he
his
gets hit
cage
by a
just
spell.
fall.
I really doubt his
And
cage.
it's just like, oh,
I really fucking doubt that's right, Kevin.
I'm pretty sure.
He ate an acorn and choked on it.
Harry is riding
Well, no,
side saddle.
during that sequence, as they're running
doubt-
away,
yeah,
I
okay.
think that like the thing gets flipped over. Whatever, dude. Fuck you guys. You guys
Harry is
listen to the
riding
book.
side saddle with Hagrid while Bill and Flora take one of those hideous thestrals. At first, everything seems okay. Probably just going to work itself out. Oh no, we're under attack. The Death Eaters attack, and Harry and Hagrid pull a Men in Black down a London tunnel. One of the Death Eaters kills Hedwig and then backs off because something else is coming. Something that causes Harry so much pain he almost passes out. It's Lord V. He and Harry lock wands again, but Lucius's wand isn't as powerful as it used to be because he went to Azkaban prison for a while and was probably someone's bitch. Lord V's wand cracks and explodes, and Harry and Hagrid escape. They cross the protective barrier to the Weasleys' house and crash in the marsh. Oh my god, did Ginny get taller? It looks like someone deserves love and happiness. Everyone's freaking out because no one's back. Suddenly, Lupin brings in George, who's fucked up, and then proceeds to interrogate Harry to make sure he's not an imposter. Pop quiz: Harry, what creature What creature sat in the corner the first time Harry Potter visited my office in Hogwarts? Answer: Dobby's crusty sock.
Yeah.
JK, it was Grindylow. Please note, if Tim got that right, he wins one big wet hug from Kevin.
Nope.
No.
Fortunately, I didn't get it right.
Grindula. Okay.
Oh, and I got that wrong too.
Wow.
I never fucking know, man.
About that.
Grindelwald. Shacklebolt arrived. Go fuck yourselves, guys. Shacklebolt, great.
Yeah, he's cool. He's the guy.
Shacklebolt arrives, followed
Kingsley
by Bill,
Shacklebolt.
Floor, Ron, and Tonks. Ron saved Tonks, and Hermione is like, no fucking way. Not that dumb hunk of shit. Once Mr. Weasley comes back, everyone heads in to see about George. Because, real talk, George looked fucked.
He was
Yeah.
fine. He just
He was
lost a
fine.
chunk of his ear.
We're like, all right. Like, motherfucker's bleeding and
Great
shit
fucking
a lot.
joke, though.
He's holy.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I
enjoy
do
that.
like the brother. I do like the back and forth being like, "Wow, that's the joke you went for." Like, I like that. Little moment of levity amongst all this sort of chaos and sadness.
But George is okay. Just a little hole in his ear. Nick spelled hole. It was the wrong hole.
Yeah.
Nothing Madame Pomfrey couldn't fix in her fucking sleep. He even goes as far as to make a dumb joke about being holy. Bill tells them Mad Eye is dead. Not joking. Now are you, George? Oh, not joking. Now are you? Not joking.
now are you, George?
The commas are totally in the wrong place to read that. Madungus pieced out too. That night, Harry has a dream to remind the audience there are 7 Horcruxes. Then he sees it. Why?
Why spelled whore?
He spelled whore.
W
Like
H
whore.
R E.
Dash crux. And I know he knows that's not how you spell it. There's 6 of them.
Yeah.
God, but he's right. Like, to tell the audience, it's like, stop with these fucking dream sequences, man. Or listen to them, Harry. Like, quicker. Talk to somebody. I hate him.
There's no one to talk to now, man.
Then he
Dee
sees
Dee's
another
dead.
vision through Lord V's brain in which Ollivander is being held captive. Another serious fact for you. This is Ollivander's first appearance since the first movie. making it the longest
Yeah.
time,
Oh,
the
wow.
longest gap of returning actors in the
Ever
franchise.
in all movies.
No, just Harry Potter.
You don't know that.
I do. James Bond stuff. And
No,
Star Wars stuff too.
I don't think so.
Definitely.
Number of movies, Tim. He
but
doesn't get us, idiot.
Professor McGonagall, this is the only movie she's not in. At
She
all.
wasn't in
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
depressing. I like her.
As if you haven't seen it yet. Like, oh man, I was looking forward to watching it. That sucks.
Let's see. Harry tries to bang out on his own, but Ron stops him. How many times do we have to do this dance? We're coming with Mad Eye didn't die for you. You may be the chosen one, but this is a whole lot bigger than that. For fucking reals, Harry. What did you just learn? You know what I mean? You're going to let him die for nothing?
He's like 18, you know. He's
Besides, you
17.
can't go.
I think
We have
he's
a
not
wedding.
even- he's not 17 yet.
Oh.
Harry's all like, fuck, you're right. So they walk back. Ron asks him if Lord V felt the destruction of the other Horcruxes. Again, spelled horror. And like, it's not just spelled Horcrux.
Capitalizing it.
Horror is capital. Like, with
I think he wants you to pronounce it right.
That's probably why. That's probably why. With being part of his soul and all. The next morning, Harry reads a headline in the Daily Prophet written, but that waste of life, Rita Skeeter, which reads, I think he meant by. Written by that waste of life, Rita Skeeter, which reads Dumbledore's dark secret revealed. Below it, there's another article remembering Dumbledore written by Elphius Doggy. Ginny interrupts to show Harry how milky white and flat her back is. Seems silly with everything that's going on.
What was happening in that scene, guys?
What do you mean?
Like, at this point, they must still be dating, right? And she's
Ginny
getting
and Harry?
dressed. Yeah. Because they
Yeah.
were dating the last time. And she's
I
getting
mean,
dressed. What happened
this-
right before this? You know? You
I mean,
think about
I
that?
feel like you can kind of put some things together.
I think I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Potter got her.
Wow.
Whoa!
Fucking haikus don't need to rhyme, Andy. Maybe that's the best reason to have it because of everything that's going on. Nope. What a terrible idea, bringing everyone together in one place. Hopefully that doesn't bite us in the ass 10 minutes from now when the
Seriously.
Death Eaters show up and start ping-ponging around like around the fucking circus tent.
Like, why did they think they were safe?
why is
Remember,
ping-ponging capitalized?
Because he says it as two separate things.
Ping pong.
They
they have that like shield
they had
around
it
it.
super well protected.
I mean, but
But I guess not.
a blue light just came in and everybody just showed up. Like,
Well, the blue light was Kingsley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with his he had a what is it? What was this? But what's
It
his
was his
Patronus? It's
Patronus.
fucking cool.
I forget.
it looked like just a ball.
No, it's like it's
Sea
not
turtle.
a little cat. It's the cat.
Minx.
Sphinx.
Sphinx.
No, we're close.
Jinx.
Though. We're close. Lynx. No,
Lynx.
lynx. Is
Oh,
it
lynx.
lynx? It's a lynx. It's a lynx.
Lynx.
Which is really
Wow,
cool.
we
Yeah,
got
but
Yeah.
like, okay, I mean, sure, it's well protected, but I don't. They just still showed
I
up
just wanna-
anyway. Like,
Andy, I just wanted to talk about the lynx.
Oh, okay, got it. Like, in Hogwarts, they had the fucking cabinet. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
people-
it's protected, but that's how we snuck him in. But here
Here they
it's
just.
protected and there's guards there anyway. But it doesn't
I
matter.
guess something happened when the ministry went down, where they broke it up. Stop reading shit.
I don't even want to read this.
You
next
have
line.
to. That's the rules.
Harry and Ginny snog while George watches. Gross. Or is it?
No, it's gross.
I hate him.
Thankfully, Bill Nye, the Minister of Magic, pays them a visit. He reads Dumbledore's last will and testament. Ron gets the Deluminator in the hopes that when things seem most dark, it will show him the light. I wonder if that's going to pay off. Hermione Jean Granger gets his copy of The Tales of Beetle the Bard in the hopes that she finds it entertaining and instructive. Harry James Potter gets the snitch he caught in the very first match he won at Hogwarts as a reminder of the rewards of perseverance and skill. Dumbledore also left Harry the sword of Godric Gryffindor, which the minister says was not Dumbledore's to give. Also, no one can find it, so it's kind of a moot point. Harry goes to the wedding, and it's pretty. Hagrid brought that tall lady from the French school. Luna's there, too, and we meet her father. Oh, Lord.
Xenophilius.
Xenophilius Lovegood, who is Reese Ethan, the lizard from Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't
Yeah.
put that together.
Yeah.
Wow.
The lizard dude from Amazing Spider-Man. Oh, God.
Typed it in there for you.
This is a Nick thing. Arguably the second greatest Spider-Man property ever made, besides, of course, the GOAT, Ultimate Spider-Man. I fucking hate you.
So annoying.
Spectacular
It's
Spider-Man.
so annoying. He
is
knew
better.
you were gonna read this.
Harry spots Elphius Dodge, who tells Harry that Dumbledore had a brother, Aberfort, Aberforth. Why are there so many new characters being introduced this late? Why?
They forgot to introduce them in earlier movies.
Yeah.
That's really what happened.
Yeah, they're like, oh, our bad.
The conversation is interrupted by that old bat, Aunt Muriel Weasley. She tells them that Bathilda Bagshot has given up the goods on Dumbledore for that Rita Skeeter tell-all. Also, Bathilda lives out in Godric's Hollow, where Dee Dee's family moved after he murked 3 boys. Seems like Harry should have asked about that, but never meet your heroes.
I heard his dad. Yeah, his dad murked 3 boys.
Yeah. That's not what it says.
That's
The party's
not what it is,
interrupted
though.
by an emergency alert, which I used to hate as a kid because it would always interrupt my favorite episode of Briscoe County Jr. The Ministry has fallen.
Briscoe County Jr.
The Minister of Magic is dead. They are coming. Death Eaters immediately attack, and Lupin tells the kids to split. They operate to London, where they live happily ever after. Hey, did you know we're coming to London in November? Kindoffunny.com/events. Hermione takes out her purse, which has an undetectable extension charm. They head to a coffee shop, but this time the waitress is meh.
God, he's a moron.
They strategize. Also,
He's such a moron.
why is Meh in quotes? They strategize. Thankfully, Hermione packed all the essentials in her purse. Just then, 2 Death Eaters come in, and shit goes down. Hermione fucks them all up, and, like a boss, tells the waitress to leave. Ron wants to kill them all, but Harry suggests wiping their memories so they can't be tracked. Hermione has to use Obliviate one more time, which weighs on her because she had to do it to her parents, which really makes no sense, seeing as they can still be used to bait Hermione, despite the fact that they have no fucking idea what's going on. Hermione, never heard of her. Why are you carving mudblood into my arm? The gang walks down the street, and Harry looks like when a kid wears his father's coat. Why are all his clothes oversized? It was like when Dr. Beverly Crusher was pregnant on Star Trek, and they had to hide it for the reason for a season by putting her in a big robe and constantly hiding her lower back behind tables and shit. We're in there. You know what I mean?
I hate it.
It's
I
like
hate being. I can see all the just horrible things, the visuals, the badly spelled words. Like,
I
all
just
of
feel
it
like
sucks.
he paused the movie to watch some Star Trek.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyway, he's 17. Happy birthday. Get some goddamn pants that fit. They need to get off the street, so they head to the scariest house imaginable, Sirius Black's house, where they immediately encounter a ghost trap that does nothing.
I read further down. Keep going.
Oh, no. They hear a noise down the corridor, and Hermione uses Hominum Revello to reveal any/all unwanted guests, but they're alone. Slowly dolly out, fade to black. Greg sucks.
Keep going.
Harry has another dream of Lord V interrogating Ollivander about the wand again. He thought another wand would work, but he was wrong. There must be another way. The next morning, while Ron and Hermione sleep in a 6 to 9 position. Why did he write 6 to 9 position?
Was it a 6 to 9 position?
Yeah.
Yeah, like her feet
I don't know.
were.
Her 6
Yeah,
was his
right.
9.
Yeah.
But like there was some like elevation issues going on.
Yeah.
Unless he's like hella hung, get it up there.
Wait, he was on the ground. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Harry goes
my
upstairs to
God.
investigate another noise. He walks into Sirius's room and plays with his creepy mobile. Mobile. How do you pronounce it?
Mobile.
Mobile?
Yeah.
Is it mobile? No.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah.
Just pronounce like a phone.
Downstairs, Ron figured out that RAB is Sirius's brother, Regulus Black. The question is, did he actually destroy the real hooker crux? Fucking got you, Tim. No, he's changed it to hooker.
Because, Tim, he was setting it up all along.
Oh, man, that was good.
Is that what you were laughing at?
That is really,
got you, Tim.
really, really fucking good. Okay, there's a couple things here. First off, this RAB reveal. You guys hinted that it was lame. I didn't expect it to be this lame.
Yeah.
Wow.
What is most disappointing is it's really, really cool in the books. Like, spectacular. He is a phenomenal character that totally got shafted. Sucks.
But like, here's the thing, man. With that family, I know in this franchise they name people. Like every character is named. It's kind of like the spells where it's just like good thing happen, oh no, and the good thing's gonna happen. And it's like in this family when the names are like fucking bad guy Black, you're like, okay, you're the bad guy. Regulus Black, regular dude. He's cool. You know what I mean?
No, Sirius is
Those
like
are named
a
after
good guy.
constellations.
The
Sirius and
love
Regulus.
good's the only one.
Sirius is a good guy.
Name doesn't match up.
Love good?
That guy doesn't fuck. You can tell.
No, come on. He did at one point.
He did at one point. He had some
Yeah.
crazy days. Look at the hair.
Creature has been watching. Creature spelled with a K here. Don't. Oh, yeah?
That's how it's spelled, yeah.
Okay, good for him. They pry that little creep from the cupboard and interrogate him about the whereabouts of the real locket, which we discover was once in the house. It was the most evil object. Before Regulus died, he ordered Creature to destroy it, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't do it. Unfortunately, Mundungus robbed them last night. Good looking out, Creature. What is it you do around here again? Harry orders Creature to find Mundungus. A bunch of Death Eaters stop the Hogwarts Express, but Harry isn't there. What's up with the Hogwarts Express at this point?
I mean, it's still going. School's
Really?
still running, yeah.
Who's there?
McGonagall.
That's why she wasn't in the movie.
No, yeah. Also, later, well,
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah.
I just thought it was weird. It's like
people are still running it,
these fucking
including
kids are
Death
going
Eaters.
going to the school.
Man, I would have just like, all right, everybody go home,
Yeah.
vacation.
What's weird is the parents being like, all right, I'm going to still send you. Wait, why?
There's Death Eaters here, Mom.
The head dude died.
Sorry, this one's just a little too more important to like just not be shouted in the background. Like Voldemort has taken over the government. He is basically holding the country hostage. So it's like there's this whole thing about how they are forcing students to go to Hogwarts, and in that process, they're also like you see it a little bit in this movie where they're like. Muggleborns are being kind of like ostracized and like being blamed for like stealing magic and shit. So that was like how they're going to catch like Muggleborns and like interrogate them and all this shit. Like he had a process for running the country in the background to make sure everything like went the way he planned. They're like the parents had really no say. Like they had to send their kids. Like
That's
why-
rad. That's
yeah.
cool. Say that.
Yeah,
Show that.
exactly.
At all.
Tim, there's so much.
Yeah.
There's so
All right.
fucking much.
All
I'm sorry.
right. Let's see. At the Ministry, Lord V has installed Pius as the new Minister of Magic with Umbridge by his side, which I thought was pretty fucking cool.
I
I'm
like
like,
that, I
oh
like that,
man, y'all are really fucked now.
Yeah.
And now her little room is like dark with the kitties. Wow. They're gonna go all Guantanamo Bay on everyone. Out in the streets, snatchers are rounding everyone up. Mundungus runs from them, and we see a wanted poster for Harry, who is undesirable #1. Back at the Black
Pretty
House,
cool, though, right?
Harry plays with the snitch DD gave him. Hermione thought it would open once Harry touched it, just like most people's legs open up for Victor Crumb. She tells Harry that snitches have something called flesh memories, but this doesn't seem to be working. I hate everything about that sentence.
Flash memories?
Well, I just don't like that flesh and memories and
Yeah.
Yeah,
legs
they remember the
opening.
way they've been touched.
I do wish that I had a snitch though.
You can get one.
Like the way it's just floating above him, it looks like a little pal. Like it's just a
Yeah.
little friend that like,
Yeah.
just
Hey,
kind of like, yeah,
listen.
like it doesn't talk, but it's like I would, it's like a little friend.
Yeah.
Stick it up your butthole. You know.
So
Creature comes back with the help of Dobby. They grill Mundungus, who gave the
I'm
locket
just gonna walk away
to
from
Umbridge.
Have it fly up inside of you.
Let's not bother to check if he's lying. Off to the Ministry we go. RHH uses Polyjuice Potion to sneak into the Ministry
love RHH.
and get a fun scene where they flush themselves. Once inside, they see a
Was it
giant
fun?
statue with muggles being squashed under the boot of wizards. Yaxley stops them and threatens Ron's wife because Ron didn't make the rain stop in Yaxley's office.
Seems like Polyjuice is just so easy to use in this world. Like there's no defense for it. Like,
So
Oh, their voices aren't right, which isn't how it's supposed to be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then also, why did Mad Eye Moody have the right voice when he was using Polyjuice?
that's a great point.
Interesting stuff. like
Polyjuice
little-
voice is
Yeah,
an
the
add-on.
add-on.
Yeah, it was it was part of the
microtransaction.
it was
Season pass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
season pass. Yeah.
yeah. So like again, going back to what I was saying earlier with the tunnel scene where it's like it felt like it was trying to be an action movie, but it just wasn't. This whole bit is like, oh, this is the worst Mission Impossible movie I've seen. Like it goes on forever, and it's like, oh, people faking who they are and all this stuff, but it's like
There was no
magic.
mask
Forget
reveals.
everything you know, dude.
Everything you know. Hermione gives him a spell to stop it raining. Finite incantium. Kind of.
Finite incantantum.
Jesus fuck. You
Finite
are a goddamn
incantatum.
nerd, and I appreciate it. I really appreciate it, Barrett. Say that again.
Finite incantantum.
Didn't sound as good that time.
Finite incantantum.
Why are you Italian?
Finite.
On their next stop, Umbridge joins them in the elevator. Harry and Hermione get split up, and Harry heads to Umbridge's office. He uses some crafty gear from Fred and George to cause a distraction and sneaks in. As I was reading that, I was just thinking about the fact that we haven't seen Professor McGonagall in this movie or in this room yet. You know what I mean?
I'm so
The
scared.
thing
Thank
that
God.
scares me most is we have guests here. And I wouldn't put it past Professor McGonagall to get in that outfit in spite of that.
Yeah.
McGonagall's at lunch, I believe, right now.
Yeah.
Ah.
McGonagall's having a little Chipotle right now. Maybe some burritos. You know?
Okay.
Should I text her?
No, please don't. On the next stop, Umbridge joins them in the elevator. Harry and Hermione get split up, and Harry heads to Umbridge's office. He uses some crafty gear from Fred and George to cause a distraction and sneaks in. Another shitty scene, I think.
Did you see the eye?
Hey, we're gonna put a bunch of honky honk things. Why?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Why?
Did you see Moody's eye though on her door?
Yeah.
Just looking around.
Was that his eye?
Yeah, that was his eye.
I'm just shocked that Umbridge wasn't fucking torn limb by those fucking centaurs.
Yeah?
Like, I don't understand how that didn't happen.
Again, in the book, or actually, this might be from one of the video games that is. They steal the eye back. I think it's actually in the book, and then they bury it.
They steal the eye. Harry steals the eye, and that's how people know that someone's infiltrated them.
Yeah, there you go.
Barrett says they steal the eye, and that's how
No, they heard him.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
People can kind of hear me. I just sound muffled.
Oh, okay. It's,
I don't know what
that?
you're doing.
Voldemort when he gets mad.
I thought,
No. You did it much better earlier.
Well, I think you need to
Now
do
it just sounded like kicking a cow.
Legidi.
Look, I had an elevator. Oh my god.
You're
We're
moving
falling
away
apart
from
without you, Nick. Hermione does the finite, but whatever the fuck. Okay.
Finite incantatum.
Finding nothing, Harry and Ron head down to the courtrooms where Umbridge is putting wizards on trial to sort out the full bloods from the halfies. When they walk in, Harry hears the metal creaking sound again. The locket is here. Yep, it's around Umbridge's neck. Cut her head off, I say. Umbridge is grilling Ron's wife for being a half-blood. High above them, a whole lot of Dementors lay in wait, hoping someone gets out of line so they can kiss that ass.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely weird, like,
Yeah, right out of their ass. Well, because their face looks like an asshole.
looks
Isn't
like
that
an
what you
got
said?
it.
Yeah.
I liked them up there, though.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
I also liked her cat next to her.
That was like her. Was that her?
That was her.
Patronus?
Yeah, Patronus.
Kitty.
But like, she's got to have that around because those things will suck the happiness out of her if they don't.
Harry gets pissed and stupefies Umbridge, but not before giving a nice callback to her catchphrase, "One mustn't tell lies." Dope. Get him, Harry. Hermione grabs the locket and they head out as the shield that kept the Dementors at bay disappears. They take Ron's wife out with them, and Harry gives the Dementors a taste of his Expecto Patronum. The Polyjuice potion has worn off, and everyone realizes HP is in the hizzle.
God, I hate it.
I love it.
He actually starts blasting everything apart, and Harry uses a spell to attack him with his own wanted posters. They narrowly escape through the Flu network, but Yaxley follows them in. Somehow Ron and Yaxley meld together like the bad guy and his younger self in Time Cop. Same matter can't occupy same space. Everyone knows that. Ron got splinched, which apparently means getting one's arm torn apart.
God, that shit looked
Yes,
horrifying.
you gotta
real
be
bad.
careful when you're
Yeah.
doing that.
And then the liquid going on there that Hermione heals him with,
Immediately heal it,
it just looked really, really painful.
Hermione brought them all the
His arm
force-
looked like bacon.
Yeah, but not like
Not good.
You might like beef jerky.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, you're kind of
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
to get away from Yaxley. She heals Ron's arm and starts putting up protection charms. As she does this, she tells Harry to set up the tent. Where am I supposed to find a tent? Look in my Harry purse. Sorry, I meant to type, look in my purse, Harry.
God damn it.
Oh my God. Again, we've said some graphic shit on this in many shows. That might be up there, though, because that is a visual.
Look in my hairy purse. God damn it. He's useless.
They set up the tent, and we get another cool shot of the tent on the hill at night as we fade to black. The next morning, they try to destroy the locket, but no luck. Harry puts it around his neck, and we hear the metal sound again. Lord V's voice whispers to him, "You know the spell, Harry." Harry gets another vision from Lord V, who is interrogating Gregokovich. Something was stolen from the old man. A boy stole it from him. We don't know who he is yet, but one thing's for sure. That hair, am I right?
It's good hair.
Harry tells the group that Lord V has found the wand maker, Gregokovich. He's looking for something that you know who wants really bad, like his life. Gregorovich.
Yeah.
Like his life depends on
Greg
it.
Popovich.
Harry gets frustrated and yells at Hermione, and she tells him to take off the locket. Turns out wearing a bit of V's soul puts you in a bad mood. Love this concept since it's totally original and has never been used in an epic fantasy book series before.
He's right. He's right.
J.K. Rowling, you're an innovator. That night, Hermione,
Hermione.
Stands watch outside the tent. She hears a twig snap and goes to investigate. Meanwhile, Harry hears over the radio that Snape has been promoted to headmaster of Hogwarts. Harry looks on the Marauders map and sees Snape's footsteps in the headmaster's office. Outside, Hermione runs into a gang of snatchers who can't see her thanks to her protection
That's
charm.
scary.
They can't see her, but they can smell her. Ron spots them coming back from over the hill. Harry is talking about Hermione's perfume, and Ron can tell that Harry and Hermione should have been together from the beginning. He's not strong enough to apparate, so they go on by foot. With every step, Ron's anger and jealousy grows, in part due to the locket around his neck, but also because he fucking knows he's out of his league.
I could share the load.
Hermione
share the load.
has an epiphany. The sword of Godric Gryffindor is goblin made. It only takes in that which it makes it stronger. When Harry stabbed the basilisk down in COS, parentheses, Chamber of Secrets, it got impregnated with basilisk venom. How? I have no idea. Harry didn't stab it in the fucking tooth. The sword can destroy Horcruxes. Thankfully, gloomy Ron comes in to spoil the fun. He's moody and hates Harry and is still wearing the locket. They argue. Hermione asks Ron to take off the Horcrux, but Ron isn't hearing it. He brings up Harry's family, or lack thereof, and Harry loses it. Ron takes off the Horcrux and lays down an ultimatum to Hermione. You coming or staying? She's staying. Ditch that 0 and stay with the hero, baby. And
Look how he spelled baby.
you want to explain what I had just read, Andy?
Baby is spelled in all caps, and it's BAE-BEE. Ditch the hero and stay with the all caps hero, comma, baby. So thank you for that, Nick.
Ron leaves, and Harry and Hermione soldier on. They apparate to the top of the bluff where Anthony Hopkins died in Ragnarok, and Harry puts up protection spells while Hermione cries. That night, a song comes over the radio that sounds like a war song from the Vietnam-era protesters, and Harry decides to ask Hermione to dance. At first, it's super awkward, then it never changes. Real talk, dude. This was freaking awkward.
Really? I didn't feel that.
I thought it was out of place, weird. People wouldn't act that way, and it's like cool. It's trying to be like trying to make things lighthearted. People don't do that.
You know, at this, we get a bad sense of time, but I think at this point, it's been like months that they've been on the run, either hiding at the Black House or camping, and people get weird when they've been alone for that long.
Cap waited, you know.
You know what it reminds me? It reminds me of in Zack and Miri Make a Porno when Miri's all sad about, like, you know, Zack and Miri having like the will they, won't they sort of shit. And then Zack goes off with that porn star who's in the movie, and like they're going to go bang it out. And then Miri's looking at him like really, really like, oh, wow, you're actually going to like fuck her, you know? And then Zack's looking at her like, I'm going to go fuck her, I think, you know? And it's like, it gives you that feeling of like, oh, wow, is something about to happen here? Or no, never mind. It's just two friends kind of trying to lighten the mood. I liked it.
7 movies in.
I weirdly liked it, yeah. At first it was awkward to me. But then like seeing them smile, I'm like, it made me feel good, you know?
Did you like how Harry danced?
For audio listeners, we're
doing it.
Going left and right.
I like you said for audio listeners, and they just kept dancing. Harry and Hermione almost kiss, not really, but Hermione misses gloomy Ron, so Harry goes to bed with Blue Wand. That's the Wizard Boy equivalent to blue balls. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of balls, this episode is brought to you by Manscaped. We've all had issues shaving our balls, you know what I mean? Yeah, we're just trying to make things pretty for the other people in our lives that need to deal with that stuff. But Manscaped has redesigned the electric trimmer. Their Lawnmower 2.0 has proprietary skin-safe technology, so this trimmer won't nick or snag your nuts. Manscaping accidents are finally a thing of the past. And don't use the same trimmer on your face as you're using on your balls. That's just nasty. Andy. You don't want to be nasty. Manscaped also has the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing ball deodorant and moisturizer. You already put deodorant on your armpits. Why aren't you putting them on your balls?
True.
Get 20% off and free shipping with the code MORNING at manscaped.com. Always use the right tools for the job. Your balls will thank you. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code MORNING at manscaped.com. That's manscaped.com. Use code MORNING for 20% off. Also, as I mentioned earlier in the show, shout out to Hims. 66% of men start to lose their hair by age 35. Once you've noticed thinning hair, it can be too late. Right, Andy?
Yes, Tim.
You and Nick. Been using this for a long time.
Yeah, I've been using it for like the last year and a half or so.
They make it real easy, man.
They sure
the
do.
best way to prevent more hair loss is to do something about it while you still have some. It's time to get a handle on those precious locks. Forums.com is a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. There's no snake oil pills or gas station counter supplements and prescription solutions backed by science. That's what we're talking about here. No more awkward in-person doctor visits or long pharmacy lines. Forhims connects you to real doctors online, which could save you hours. It's completely confidential and discreet. Unless you talk about it on a podcast every week. I'm sorry, Andy and Nick. Get the hair loss treatment everyone is talking about. Featured in GQ, Men's Health, Esquire, and Playboy, just to name a few. You guys, you can get started with Hims Complete Hair Kit for just $5 today. Right now, while supplies last and subject to doctor's approval. You can see the website for full details and safety information. This could cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or a pharmacy somewhere else. Go to forhims.com/KFMS. That's FORHIMS.com/KFMS. Forums.com/KFMS. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Reading this much is hard.
Tim, you're doing a great job.
There's a lot. Okay, let's
Isn't
see.
it crazy that Greg does this off the top of his head and then Nick actually sits there and reads all this? Like, both of these are crazy to me in very different ways.
Yeah.
For me, it's reading the plot and the facts and the ads. It's like, okay.
You're nailing it. You're
I
nailing
can keep reading if you. I can
I
continue.
got it, baby.
Okay,
I
cool,
fucking
cool.
got it here.
I
The
won't
next
help.
morning, Harry
Sorry.
decides. Oh, do you want to
No,
recap?
I won't
I'll
help.
let
Sorry.
you do it. We got a couple hours. The next morning, Harry decides to put the snitch near his mouth and realizes that the first time he caught the little golden ball, it was in his mouth. Snitches do have flesh memory, so this one has to go up Harry's ass.
He had to.
The snitch has a message. I open at the close. Hermione found something as well. Someone inked a symbol on top of the title page of Beetle the Bard. It's a triangle wrapped around a circle, wrapped around a single vertical line. Luna's dad was wearing that at the wedding. We should go to Godric's Hollow. It's where Harry was born. It's where Lord V almost died. Maybe the sword is hidden there. What better place to find it than the birthplace of Godric, Gryffindor? They apparate to Godric's Hollow, and it's Christmas Eve. They see a cemetery, and Harry wonders if his parents are buried there. One of the gravestones has the same triangle circle line mark on it. The engraving on it reads,
Peveril.
Ignatus Peveril,
Nailed it.
which translates to extraneous detail.
It is. It's funny.
That's
funny.
really funny.
It's really kind of sad to me that they have been traveling for so long. They're like, oh shit, it's Christmas Eve. Like I don't
And
know.
they
it
didn't
just-
even know. They had no
It just
idea.
makes me worried for these kids. You know, like
Yeah.
they've been gone for so long. Her
You
parents
think
don't even
shit would
remember
be
if
hella
they have
different if they had
kids.
cell phones?
But they don't celebrate Christmas in London.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Thanksgiving in Canada.
No,
They don't do it.
it's a different day in
Christmas?
Canada. No, Thanksgiving.
It's
What
like
day is
Easter.
it?
It's like Easter
I don't know. I just know it's a different day. What do you mean
Harry
it's like
finds his
Easter?
parents' graves.
because it's winter over there right now.
Oh
It's
my God,
summer over here.
Nick.
What? No, that's not how it works. That's North and South poles.
Exactly.
Or,
Harry
I mean,
finds his parents'
hemispheres.
graves, closest he'll ever get to them.
Fuck, too far, right?
He
Like-
forms a wreath around the base of their headstone and wishes Hermione a tear-filled Merry Christmas. Hermione spots someone watching them by the church. It's that old, creepy Bathilda Bagshot. Why not follow her? What a weird fucking scene. Why is she there? What the fuck's going on? As they do so, they pass burned-out remnants of Harry's birth house. Once inside Bathilda's house, they spot a picture of the boy who stole the thing from Grigorovich.
Grigorovich. Greg Popovich.
Yeah.
Grigorovich. When Harry asks about him, Bathilda says absolutely nothing. Instead, she walks upstairs, not suspicious at all. Harry follows her while Hermione looks around downstairs and finds a copy of the Dumbledore biography written by Rita Skeeter. Upstairs, Harry catches up with Bathilda. When he gets close to her, the locket around his neck lets out another metal creaking sound. If that wasn't proof enough, Bathilda starts talking in parcel tongue. So here's the thing. Like, with all of this, everything that I've read so far in this plot, I stand by. I feel like it could have been a montage. And we would have been just as well suited. Moving on. They found the fucking things. There's MacGuffins they need to find. Cool. Instead of kind of like time passes, I guess, because they're in a forest, and now
Yeah.
there's fucking new characters being introduced, walking upstairs. Jesus.
Yeah.
She's not a new character, to be fair.
Have we
not-
seen her in one of the other movies?
No, but she's like the like.
All
they
right,
bring
so
up
she's-
her- they bring up her name like through the entire series.
Okay.
Bathilda?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's the writer of A History of Magic.
In the movies?
In both the movies and the books. No, I'm talking about the books.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the problem. We're talking about the movies.
Yeah.
Downstairs, Hermione
Sorry,
finds a
Barrett.
room
They
full
got
of
you
flies
good.
and blood.
I guess.
Upstairs, Harry looks through an old photo album while the old lady behind him is turning into Nagini. They fight, but Nagini gets the better of Harry. Before the snake can chomps down on Harry's head, Hermione blasts it with a curse and they apparate out. What happened to his English there? He's been good, but like that line. Later that day, Hermione tells Harry the thief from Greg. I don't like his name. From Greg's wand shop was Gellert Grindelwald. Also, Harry's wand is busted beyond repair. As Harry stands watch, Dumbledore's last words rattle around in his head. Trust me. He takes the piece of mirror out and drops it. Off in the distance, a glowing orb approaches Harry. The orb turns into a doe, and Harry follows it out into a frozen lake. It sinks beneath the surface. When Harry looks below, he spots the sword of Gryffindor. It's all very convenient. Seeing no other option and definitely not running back to wake up Hermione, Harry pulls a Wim Hof and jumps in the frozen lake. But when he gets near the sword, the locket around his neck freaks out and drags him away. Ron comes to his rescue and drags Harry and the sword out.
Very scary.
Yeah.
This drowning, almost drowning.
But
scenes.
also, like, should you dive down when you've got this death locket around you that you know is evil?
Yeah,
No.
but I guess you're just so hyped up for the sword. Like, I don't
But
think
take
it's,
the locket. I don't think the locket moves on its own. I think it only move when it's
Yeah, when it
like
feels
it's not gonna
threatened or
run
whatever.
away if he puts it down.
But I don't know. I do feel that he was so hyped up that holy shit, this thing that we've been looking for a long time, that I fended off a giant anaconda. And like we've gone through so much, and I see the thing. I got to go get it right now. Like I'm sure it's just sort of slipped his mind, you know.
Wim Hof, also known as the Iceman, is a Dutch extreme athlete noted for his ability to withstand freezing temperatures.
Great reference, Nick.
Such a unique reference.
Time to destroy this bad boy. Again, don't bother waking up Hermione. She's only the brains of this operation. Did you guys see the thing on the Kind of Funny Reddit that someone posted, the meme of
The
all
picture?
the book titles?
Yeah,
but
with Hermione.
It's replaced with Hermione and what
It
she
was
did.
really good.
It's like Hermione Granger and the time that I
that's
fucking
funny.
blah, blah, blah. Really funny. Here's the plan. Harry will ask it in parcel tongue to open up, and Ron will stab whatever comes out with the sword, unless it's a giant black gooey nightmare cloud, which immediately starts bagging on Ron. It manifests a copy of Harry and Hermione who talk mad shit to Ron, and then shows Ron what it would look like if Harry and Hermione got it on.
Really
And,
creepy.
yo, so like what the fuck, man? Did Nick direct this scene?
Yeah.
The like filter that it had on it that softened just them.
Yeah.
It made it
Looked
so
really
much
cr-
creepier.
It was
almost,
porny, man.
It almost looked like they were CG.
Yeah.
Like they're like they look like 3D models in a sense because they just look so
They
bizarre
did,
with
they
like
did.
the really soft but
They
the
must
weird
have been,
shadows.
right?
It reminded me of a Lady Galadriel in Lord of the Rings when she like freaks out. She's like, "Oh, she's like yelling.
just like that.
Yeah, they do that a little bit on purpose because they describe in the book Harry and Hermione both look like a mix between both of themselves and like Voldemort, and so I think they're trying to make that effect here, but they like did it weirdly. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, I
Not
think
though, right? We can all
it
agree
was
on
this
that.
movie that I realized like,
No.
oh, fucking the CG on Voldemort's nose is really good.
Is it CG?
Yeah, like I never knew that.
It's
like,
not just makeup.
no, like it's yeah.
Yeah, you don't think they put
How
a
do
thing
you
of
make your nose
Just
go away?
They flatten it down real good.
The kitty.
Watch why he talks. That's why he's
Give
got that.
me the
you
yell.
know-
Give me the yell.
There we go. I nailed it right
Cover
there.
pull your nose down a little bit, and now say Nagini.
The kitty.
Wow, it's way better. It's way better.
I think they tape down his nose and then add a little bit of.
They
thing.
don't. I've seen like the making of.
You're not a fucking expert.
It's just like green around his nose. It's just all greened out or whatever.
Ron ain't no fool, son. He runs right through the black cloud and smashes the locket. The guys head back to camp, but Hermione is not happy to see Ron, even if he did destroy a Horcrux. Ron wanted to come back as soon as he left, but he didn't know how until he realized the Deluminator is more than just a glorified Zippo lighter. It brought Ron back to them. Again, fucking
Really
convenient.
quickly, it's not greened out. Sorry, his nose isn't greened out. It has a little motion capture dots on it or whatever.
Dot the nose. Dot the nose. Oh, also, Ron has a spare wand he took from a snatcher. Hermione wants to go see Luna's dad because the triangle mark keeps showing up in places. Since no one knows where the next Horcrux is, might as well start with Lovegood. When they get there, they see a sign that says, "Keep off the dirigible plums." They knock on the door, and Mr. Lovegood lets them in, but Luna is nowhere to be found. Harry... Like the cursor was above the H. In it.
Oh, I
It
thought
looked like a berry.
Nick self-corrected himself.
No. Harry quizzes Lovegood about the symbol around his neck, and Lovegood tells him it's the sign of the Deathly Hallows.
I'm still thinking about the hairy purse.
Oh, stop. It's so gross.
Never heard of them? Well, let me tell you the tale of the three brothers. Then all of a sudden it just fucking turns into an animated thing. And
But that
it's
was cool, right?
It was cool, but it just...
Random.
it
Very
was
random.
So random, so out of place from anything we've seen in these goddamn movies.
Yeah, very out of place. It
I thought it
definitely
was
reminds me of it reminds me of when we did that Let's Play that for Crackdown 3, and where it seems like, hey, we couldn't do a full recreation of this cutscene, so let's do this sort of animatic. Like, I'm sure that was always the plan, to have this sort of animated featurette to show you the story of the three brothers. But it did feel like, you know, maybe this was lost on them, that they, like, this is like a last resort almost to throw in this animatic. Like,
I thought because it was like it's a fairy tale that they're telling.
but again, I think the point is that that me and Tim are trying to make is that we've seen nothing like this whole
Don't put
franchise.
Tim in your boat.
We're in the same boat.
Oh, okay, you're in
We're
the same
rowing.
boat.
You're rowing, and I'm
yeah.
looking at the birds.
I'm
Look at those
so-
birds out there. you
What are they
know?
doing? What are they doing?
They're flying around. They're flapping around. out there, you know?
I'm glad you guys are a little team.
Yeah, man. You're gonna drown. You're gonna drown.
I know how to swim. I'm really good at it.
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah. He's in the boat. I got him. Let's see, where the fuck are we? Deathly Hallows. Never heard of them. Well, let me tell you the tale of the three brothers. Three brothers were traveling when they came across a treacherous river and used magic to cross it, which royally pissed Death off because people usually die there. But instead of being a dick about it, he tricks them by giving each one a special item, a prize for having been clever enough to evade them. The oldest brother wanted the most powerful wand in existence, so Death fashioned one from an elder tree nearby. The middle brother wanted to be able to bring people back from the dead, so Death plucked a stone from the river and offered it to him. The youngest brother humbly asked for something that would allow him to get away from this place without being followed by Death, so Death gave him the cloak of invisibility. The older brother used the Elder Wand to kill a wizard with whom he had beef, and then bragged about being unstoppable until he fell asleep and someone stabbed his dumbass in his sleep.
Yeah.
The middle brother used the resurrection stone to bring his would-be bride back from the dead, but like all marriages, she soon went sad and cold, for she did not belong in this world. Driven mad, the second brother killed himself. Again, very graphic for these movies.
Yeah.
As for the
But
third
I
brother,
love the way it looks.
But
I
yeah,
love
so
how,
it was
that's
dope.
why you
I
can
love
use
how
the
when he's
cartoons
hanging,
there.
the walls fall down and Death is like giant and
Yep.
like kind of pulls him
Well,
by
he's
the
holding
rope.
the string,
Yeah,
right?
it's really cool looking.
As for the third brother, Death searched for a long time but couldn't find him. Only when he'd lived a long and happy life did the third brother give the cloak to his child and then go off with Death as an equal. I like to imagine they had a few beers and talk shit about people like we do about Greg when he's not here. He sucks so bad.
God,
Harry
Nick's
still
the
doesn't
worst.
get what the strange symbol represents. Lovegood explains. The vertical line represents the Elder Wand, the most powerful wand ever made. The circle is the Resurrection Stone. The triangle is the Cloak of Invisibility. Together, they form the Deathly Hallows. Together, they make one Master of Death. Pretty
Fucking cool.
cool.
Fucking cool.
Also, it looks cool.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept.
It's a cool concept.
You gonna get that tattoo or what?
Not that.
It's basic as fuck.
It's basic as fuck.
What does that mean? Oh, like
Like white girls get that shit all the time.
I was thinking about getting it with the Triforce in it, too. Double the
Wow.
base.
You're
up,
joking.
double
And
the
a-
fun.
That's too much.
You're
well,
joking
here,
right
here,
now.
here, hear me out. Hear me out. The Cloak of Invisibility, Triforce, the fucking Resurrection Stone, Pokeball,
Shit.
the stick,
What?
a dick.
Oh, dude! Wow, the ultimate fucking
Just a
tattoo,
veiny
man.
ass dick, dude.
Wow.
Super thick.
Hermione asked somebody, please don't
Nope.
Photoshop that. Don't make that happen, and don't tweet it at Kind of Funny Kevin. Please, please
Yeah,
don't.
that would be bad.
Hermione asked about the name on the gravestone, Innotius, and his brothers were thought to be the OG. What?
Ignacio.
Now you got me.
Wait, what is it?
Innotius. I got it, dude.
Innotius, yeah.
No, it's not Ignosh. It's
You're adding a
Innotius.
G there.
Yeah,
What-
there's no G.
there's no G.
That doesn't seem right.
There's a G. It's Ignatius.
Ignacio Rojas and his brothers
There it
were
is.
thought to be the OG owners of the Hallows and thus the inspiration of the story. Lovegood is acting all weird, staring out the window, and won't let the kids leave. Turns out Voldemort took Luna. Sorry, Harry, but it's really you they want. Suddenly, the place erupts with Death Eaters shooting through like it's a scene from Die Hard where Snape orders his guys to shoot the glass. The kids hit the ground and apparate the fuck out of there. While regrouping back in the forest, they run into that same pack of snatchers. A chase ensues, but the kids are overwhelmed. Thinking fast, Hermione hits Harry with a spell that messes up his face.
She's so fucking smart.
Really quick, it's Ignatus.
There you go, Ignatus. That's what it is.
While transfiguring...
Notice.
Harry gets another vision. Lord V is talking with.
Whoa! You did like a robot thing, right? You sound like a fucking robot.
Buffered for a bit.
It was like I thought.
Is he a fucking robot? You guys are all cool with this shit. He's a fucking actor.
It is just fucking wow.
Nerd.
Loading.
I wasn't sure if it said talking or taking.
Lord B is talking.
With Grindelwald,
First the soundboard, now Tim. Jesus.
who no longer has
No,
the
he got it
Elder
from
Wand.
Murphy. He's good.
The Elder Wand, it turns out, lies buried beneath the earth with Dumbledore. The Snatchers catch them, and Harry pretends to be Uncle Vernon. The lead Snatcher is no fool. He recognizes Harry's scar through the spell. They take the kids into the belly of the beast to the Death Eater HQ, where they task Draco.
Wait, real quick. Did we just do the scene where Voldemort talks to Grindelwald? Is that
Yep.
what you were saying that?
Yep.
I don't like that scene. It's
Me
the
neither.
opposite as it plays out in the books.
Hmm.
He won't tell him in the books, and he kills him. In this, he just tells him right away. It's fucked up.
He ain't no sucker bitch. Let's see. Bellatrix goes apeshit on the Snatchers and jacks the sword of Gryffindor from one of them. She throws Ron and Harry in the dungeon and keeps Hermione for herself to torture. Down in the dungeon, Harry finds Luna, Ollivander, and a goblin. It's not just a goblin, isn't it? The goblin?
It's Griffhook.
Griffhook, yeah.
Griffhook, yeah.
Yeah.
From the first movie.
Which, interesting little tidbit about this. In the first movie, he was played by Vern Troyer, Mini-Me,
Yeah.
but was
No.
voiced by Warwick Davis, who is Wicket, the Ewok.
Right.
In this movie,
He's played by
he's
Warwick.
both played and
Warwick
voiced by
was
Warwick.
in the first one. That was Griphook. He was actually Vernon Troyer was someone else. He wasn't Griphook.
Oh, Vern Troyer was the guy in the bank.
Yeah, he was. Well, he was the guy on the train with him that opened the thing. That
Opened the
opened
safe or
the
whatever?
safe where the.
Well, Fascinate.com, you can go fuck yourself.
That wasn't Griphook.
Yes, that's Griffhook.
But Warwick was like the teller. I think that like they just had it mixed up. I'm pretty sure he's Griphook the entire time, and Vernon Troyer is another.
I don't think Vern Troyer ever talks.
Vernon Troyer doesn't talk.
Yeah.
Oh, he's dead now.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did know
Yeah,
that.
real sad.
I met him once at E3.
Really?
Remember? Do you remember the Surreal Life?
Mm-hmm.
Where he got fucking blasted drunk and then rolled out on a scooter, just pissed in a corner.
I remember that.
We've all been there, though, you know.
Yeah. No. I haven't been
Nah,
there.
you'll get there.
Bellatrix goes apeshit, like I said, blah, blah, blah. They find the goblin and Luna and stuff. Wormtail comes down to get the goblin so Bellatrix can ask him why that sword is no longer in her vault at Gringotts. Dobby shows up and saves Luna and Ollivander. Harry and Ron hide while Dobby makes Wormtail shit himself. Fucking, what, Dobby, the fuck you coming from, man?
Yeah.
So random.
Yeah.
Again, here's another problem. Remember that stupid mirror fragment he keeps looking at?
Mm-hmm.
That there's a whole big background to that.
I'll get into it.
Well, apparently Barrett's gonna get into it,
It's, I mean,
but it's
just disappointing,
They
man.
really fucked that up. Where
this
it's like
this
why
movie, I think, really fucked up what the last couple have been building of being movies that make sense.
Mm-hmm.
It gets to this, and it's like, cool, we're gonna stretch this out, and we're gonna adapt the book as well as possible. I guess, even though from what you guys
It
are
just
saying,
seems like
it
it would have been fucking easy to include these small scenes that would have paid off long term.
Here comes
and I
Dobby
don't,
Ex Machina,
Yeah,
fucking flying in out
totally.
of nowhere.
Oh man, let's fucking see.
To be fair, in the books it's a little bit Ex Machina-ish too.
Oh yeah.
They sneak back upstairs and try to get the drop on Bellatrix, but they fail. Bellatrix takes Hermione hostage and orders Lucius to call the Dark Lord with his dark mark. Before he can, Dobby drops a chandelier on them. Bellatrix is pissed. How dare you defile your masters? Dobby has no masters. Dobby is a free elf, and Dobby has come to save. Jesus!
Fucking
Shrill.
don't touch me.
I thought a terrorist was attacking us. Oh, I feel real
His
good.
hands are so cold.
What do they smell like?
Ew, don't smell them.
Nothing really.
Catsup and mustard was the correct answer.
Smell like a burger. Were you eating a burger?
Correct. 15 points
For
for
Gryffindor?
Kevin.
For Gryffindor.
No, I don't know what house you're in. It's very confusing. 15 points for the Muggle house, led by Kevin. Gryffindor.
Wait, that's it?
I don't think he had much to that. I don't think he had much.
I was going to give 15 points to Ravenclaw because this was the best performance Nick has ever had. He should not be seen
do we get the points? Ravenclaw?
50 points for Muggle Kevin!
Ah, got it. Fuck. Why was he wearing glasses?
Did he give me another 50 points?
Harry Potter glasses!
Yeah, those are Luna Lovegood's glasses from the train.
Yeah.
You know that this soundboard can't handle this stuff. It's not.
It's Nagini.
God,
Holy shit. Okay.
there's just so much happening. There's
Yeah,
a
let's
smell
try to-
associated.
Let's try to
There's
settle ourselves.
cold from the hands, heat from the body.
It's all the sentences,
It's
all the
just
elements.
offending to all.
All right,
the
we're almost
senses.
there. We're almost freaking there. Dobby has no masters, like I said. They operate, but not before Bellatrix throws a dagger at them, and we all knew it was going to happen. You know what I mean? We all fucking knew. They operate, but not before
She's a good
Bellatrix
aim.
does the thing. They
Dude,
pop
we're
up on a beach.
missing the best line. Like, Dobby wasn't trying to kill. He was trying to maim or seriously injure. I love that line
Yeah,
so
really
much.
cute, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
They pop out on a beach. Everyone seems safe until Harry spots Dobby, who took that knife straight to the gut. Harry calls out for help, but there's nothing to be done. Why? Why is that? Ron's fucking arm.
It's different.
He was stabbed.
It's different. Barrett says it's different.
Stabulous Reparo.
He's
Fucking
an
easy.
elf, dude. You can't just like he can operate wherever the fuck he wants. You're stupid.
Forget everything you know.
Human magic.
So can they, it
Forget
seems
everything
like.
you know.
No, they
Right?
can't operate out of places that are like blocked. Like they couldn't operate out of there. The dungeon, they tried. Remember?
No.
The wizard dude comes up and he's like, "It's impossible to get out of here."
Harry calls for help. Nothing to be done. He watches helplessly as the elf whispers his final words. Dobby is happy to be with his friend, Harry Potter. Great friends over the last fucking 5 movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
Really
totally
close.
buy this. Totally care
Really
at
close.
all. Not.
Wow.
I don't get
He
it.
threw a knot at us.
A moment later, he dies in Harry's arms. They bury him on the dune above. Later that night, at the baller tomb of Albus Dumbledore, the Dark Lord finally gets what he wants. Crack in the grave, plot open. Voldemort takes the Elder Wand out of the old wizard's cold, dead hand. He holds the wand like an orchestra conductor and shoots a bolt of lightning into the night sky. The end of
I don't know
part
if he
1.
yelled.
Did
The
that
end of
do
the
anything for you guys?
That last
That
moment? Yeah, dude. Come on, dude. Rise of fucking our Lord. I'm in. What?
You're such a Slytherin,
I'm
dude.
just. Hey, you sound really dumb right
You're
now.
such
right?
a Slytherin,
Sometimes
dude.
Gryffindors can go bad. Right?
You're
It happens.
such a
Don't
Slytherin.
do this to me, Andy. Don't do this.
I'm not gonna do the theme song for ranking Harry's hair, but this is the worst hair he's had. I think like close to Goblet of Fire, bad.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just like a weird. It's like the hairstyle of a 70-year-old or something.
Hermione isn't great at cutting hair.
That's true.
You know.
It just looks weird. It looks like he almost has a mullet going on because it's so long in the back. I don't know.
I know we don't do future spoilers, but at this point, this question doesn't spoil anything. What haircut's this
This
one
was
from?
Phoenix, Order of the Phoenix.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow. That's
that's when he had his shortest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good for him.
Mm-hmm.
Is this whole picture from Order of the Phoenix?
Yep.
Wow.
Look at his nose.
It's good
Look
CG.
at her hair, dude.
It
Bellatrix.
creeps me out.
Good CG.
What the fuck are we gonna do now?
Boss babies, book corner. Boss babies. Here are the books.
Sit on my lap.
Sit on my lap.
Not sitting on your lap
It was
whatsoever.
whoa, it was just an offer, right? You didn't have to take it.
Can you run the boards just to make sure they're
that's
doing? All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Boss Babies Book Corner, a podcast within a podcast where I share the most important details from the Harry Potter books that were cut from the movies. My name is Barrett Courtney, and this week we are talking about Deathly Hallows Part 1. The entire book of Deathly Hallows was 759 pages, but if we're just talking about the amount of chapters that this movie covered, this movie only covered about 476 pages for this movie. Let's just get into it, guys. Detail number 1, Scrimgeour was actually introduced in Half-Blood Prince as the new minister because obviously when Voldemort came back and Fudge had to admit, oh, I've been fucking this up for a year, he had to resign. So Scrimgeour was actually introduced in the last book. He tried to make...
Introduced in the last movie too, right?
No, he's in...
I'm pretty sure we hear his name.
Bill Nye is not in that movie at all.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying like.
Oh,
they
so
say-
in like a fucking...
Throwaway line.
In a throwaway line that you
Similar-
can't hear?
Similar when we find out that whatchamacallit, Nymphadora Tonks is having a kid and it's like cut off by someone
Oh,
coming
yeah.
in, which I thought was such a weird thing.
It was
Their
a Mad-Eye
entire
movie.
relationship is cut off. They don't build that up whatsoever, and it's
Tonks.
dumb. Anyway,
Also, Nympha. Like, Nymph? Like, what's going on there? She fucks a lot of her.
Detail number 2, Harry's goodbye to the Dursleys is like pretty much entirely cut. Kevin already brought up like the whole like moment where Dudley was like, "Oh, like you're going somewhere else," and all this stuff. They kind of have like a somber like, hey, we've hated each other, but like we're still family at the end of the day. And there's a similar moment with Petunia, who this is also a deleted scene, but it's also originally from the book, where Petunia's like, hey, you didn't just lose a mother, I lost a sister. And again, it shows like builds these characters who have been cartoonishly bad and gives them depth and character. That
Until
they're
this
actually
movie, we just kind of see them, and even without the deleted scenes, like in this movie, it's like, oh, she actually looks sad. Why?
Yeah, again, they don't explain it.
leaving her house.
That didn't read that way though.
Yeah. Detail number 3, reminder that since Harry's about to turn 17, which is of age in the wizarding world, the charm Lily has over Harry is about to lift from the Dursley house, since Harry can no longer call that house a home with a blood relative. So that's why the house protection is no longer going to be a thing, and that's why they're trying to like transport Harry out of there. Detail number 4, although Hedwig does sacrifice herself for Harry in the book, the Death Eaters and Voldemort find out who the real Harry is by him performing Expelliarmus, like in the book throughout the series, ever since the
Expelliarmus.
ever since the fight in the graveyard, like the Death Eaters know like Expelliarmus is like Harry's go-to spell, so that's how like one of them hears like, oh, that kid said Expelliarmus, let's go like
throwing killing curses, and he's just
yeah. Detail number 5, Harry is disguised during the Weasley wedding as a fake Weasley cousin to avoid attention, because to basically in case like people found out, like in case like the Death Eaters found out where like the wedding was, there could be like accountable deniability, like I did not see Harry Potter at
Dude,
this
dye his hair
wedding.
red, and like
Yeah.
even the mom wouldn't know the difference. She's like, I'm popping these things out left and goddamn
Yeah.
right.
Luna
what I mean?
Lovegood.
Andrew Renee's here, and she's
Yeah.
just like, is that my daughter?
Luna Lovegood recognizes him, even
Yeah,
though
she-
he's still.
She sees through like the like disguise and whatnot, and Harry actually reveals to Alpheus Dodge, like the old dude who was a friend of Dumbledore, like, hey, I'm Harry Potter, don't tell anybody, but like, hey, like yeah. Detail number 6, Creature tells Harry the tragic story of Regulus Argus Black, who became a Death Eater at a young age. Like the Black family weren't like all like hardcore like Death Eater people until Regulus. Like the parents were like definitely like, pure blood are like is the right way to go, but like they're like kind of like half-ass supporters. But then like what they're happy probably that like Regulus like joined the Death Eaters and stuff. He became a Death Eater at a young age and quickly discovered he wanted out, and he also knew about Voldemort's secret, because Voldemort kind of chose him to like help place the locket, I believe. Like they used Creature to like put the locket in there.
They used Creature to put the locket there. He went with Voldemort and to test out the things that he had set up.
Yeah, like in the cave and whatnot. So we get a lot of backstory, and this would have been like a cool like opportunity to get like a nice like flashback, actually see like what happened, actually get the importance of what happened and whatnot. But he had to drink the potion guarding the locket to replace it, and ordered Creature to leave once he had the real locket, leaving behind Regulus to die. And it's insinuated that he became like one of like the dead like skeleton creatures in the lake and shit. Detail number what?
It just sucks that they didn't include that, because it's really cool in the books and like very dramatic. Regulus actually like gave his life to try to destroy this. Doesn't make any sense why he didn't have Creature just snap them both back out of the cave.
Barrett's not happy you keep interrupting him.
Detail number 7. The movies can't decide how Polyjuice Potion works. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, because again, first one or the second one, it's like, we have different voices. 4, it's like, he has the right voice. Now this one, we have our own voices still. Fucking make up your mind.
Make up your mind.
Set a rule. Keep to that rule.
Forget everything you know, Barrett.
Detail number 8, the movies don't set up the mirror that Harry has. It was a gift from Sirius, so Harry could talk to him whenever he wanted, so they didn't have to go through like the whole like fireplace thing. So like Sirius had like a twin mirror, so they could like hit up each other like whenever they wanted.
Like a friend link.
Yeah, after Sirius had died, Harry had actually tried to use the mirror to like maybe talk to Sirius beyond the grave. It didn't work. It was really sad. So when Harry sees someone in the mirror for the first time since Sirius's death, it's like a who the fuck has this now? Like that's like part of the big mystery of like who has this item. Did like Mundungus like find it and sell it to someone? Like what the fuck is going on? Detail number 9: the dance scene doesn't happen in the books, but it's I really like it, and it makes me happy. Yeah. Detail number 10: Harry and Hermione use Polyjuice Potion, or like they disguise themselves when they go to Godric's Hollow, because why the fuck would they not? Harry, like, the entire book is like, I want to go here. It's my birthplace. It's where, like, Voldemort almost died and stuff. And Hermione's like, yeah, he would expect you to come here. Like, we can't do this. And so they do go there as, like, a last resort. Like, they're down in the dumps. Ron left them. They don't know where to get any more Horcruxes. They don't know where the sword is. So it's like, yeah, maybe we should go there. And maybe we should take any precaution we can to protect ourselves so no one can fucking recognize us.
Especially the random woman in the cemetery.
Yeah.
Ended up being a snake, too.
Yeah, ended up being a snake.
A big-ass python.
Yeah. Detail number 11, there's a taboo on Voldemort's name that isn't mentioned. If you say his name, Snatchers and Death Eaters can immediately find you. No, that's right now.
Don't they mention that in the next movie?
I was wondering
No.
why. I was wondering why he said, "You know who." When he's always called him Voldemort.
Yeah, if you
It's like
say
when
his
you put
name,
on the ring, Sauron's easy.
if you say his name, Snatchers and Death Eaters can immediately find you. This strategy was smartly used because only Voldemort's enemies are brave enough to say his name. This is how Harry, Ron, and Hermione are found and brought to Malfoy Manor after accidentally saying his name, not by chance, where they like accidentally like, oh, we're gonna like stumble into some Snatchers and now we gotta run away. And maybe like, why don't we just immediately apparate after seeing them?
Yeah, or use your fucking wands.
be
Yo,
honest.
everyone apparate to the last place we were. They don't know where that is.
Fuck. Stupid. It's also how the Death Eaters find them at the coffee shop. Like, they say Voldemort's name at one point, and that's how they find them randomly in London. Detail number 12, there's a lot of cool travel shit that's skipped, randomly running into characters from past books, like Dean Thomas, Tonks' dad. I think we run into Griffhook at one point. Listening to the secret radio station, which is hilarious. It's, like, hosted by, like, the Weasley twins and, like, Remus Lupin. You have to, like, do a secret password, and, like, they have, like, cool, like names and shit like that, and they're giving like the real news, not like the news on the radio that's like being basically controlled by Voldemort. Yeah. Movie decided to focus on Ron and Harry being passive-aggressive mothers to each other, which is a lot of the movie, but maybe 2 chapters in the book. Detail number 13, Lupin and Tonks have a baby named Teddy Lupin. Harry is made godfather. There's no no kind of announcement or any of this, and I'm just saying this now because they referenced to it near the end of the next movie, and you're like, when did that happen? Because they don't fucking say it at all in the movies, Tim. It's fucking weird. Yeah.
They go to mention it.
She's pregnant in this one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even, like, they don't full out mention it. That's when they open the door.
Yeah.
We know how babies work.
Yeah.
The way they mention it at near the end of the next movie, you're like, when did that happen? And the final detail for this week, when Wormtail tries to prevent Harry from escaping the manor, because at one point they're like trying to get out, Harry reminds Wormtail that he saved his neck in Prisoner of Azkaban because he prevented Sirius and Lupin from killing Wormtail. When Wormtail decides to be like, okay, like, I'll give you this one and let Harry go, he is choked to death by the metal arm given to him by Voldemort because it sensed that he had betrayed his master. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes this week's episode of Boss Baby's Book Corner. What are some of your favorite details that I could not get to today? Leave them in the comments below. And while you're at it, why don't you give this video a like, share with your friends who also love Harry Potter, and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. I'll see you next week for another episode of Book Corner, the last episode of Book Corner. But until then, obliviate.
7 syllables in the middle. You need 5 for the first and last line. If you're not poetic, no need to write it. Haikus don't need to rhyme. This show's fucking long. This show's fucking long.
Everybody, let's go. You can write into patreon.com/kindoffunny to write your haiku and review form, just like Ryan Deal did. Buried on the beach. Won't speak of your sock hobby. Rest in peace, Dobby.
Wow. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Clever.
Let's fucking see.
Sock hobby. Gross.
Dewlight says, when Harry's leader, Hermione is needed to leave the forest.
You know what?
You can try a little harder.
I'm kind of thrown off that like the first one
Love
rhymed
light.
and the second one didn't.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
yeah.
expectations.
I'll bring it back. Chase Winters says, underwater choke. Another Horcrux gets broke. Snogging in the smoke.
All right. I like that one, Chase.
All right. Lucas Kern. Bill and Fleur get hitched. Albus leaves Harry. A snitch. Ron.
Such a bitch.
Is such a bitch.
He really is. He really is.
Fighting Wombat says, search for MacGuffins. Dobby doesn't feel so good. More of Ron's bullshit. And then Daniel Edmonds says, from lowly servant, others first, never himself. Dobby, a free elf.
Wow, that's a really, really good
that's
one.
a really
That's
good one.
Some
magical.
poetry there. There's some real stuff.
Dun,
Ragu
dun,
bagu.
dun, dun, down.
Ragu.
Dun, 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 dun.
Biggity bagu.
Hey guys, it's time to rank the bad guys. I'm a rad guy, and we're talking bad guys, and I'm a rad guy talking bad
Is it
guys.
just one
Good
rat
job.
guy today?
Good job there.
Is it just you?
I mean, yeah, it's just Nick is gone.
You don't want to have me
the other
guess.
half.
You can have me guess.
Nah, the other half is gone. So right now the list is as follows. Number 1 is Umbridge and Voldemort. Number 2, Baby V and the Funky Bunch. Number 3, Sears the Motiers. Number 4, Tommy Boy. Number 5, Thomas Elvis, Judas or Voldy. And number 6 is Hat Guy and Voldemort. Where do I think Voldemort and the Snatchers and you know what? Nagini. Man, Nagini scared the fuck out of me, and Nagini's like got to be up
She
there.
ate a whole person.
She's so scary. Cool, Greg. I'm looking at you. She scares me, dude. Like every scene she's in
Hey, that mic
scared
doesn't
the
work.
shit out of me. Yeah, okay, that's right. That's right. I'm gonna go ahead and put Voldy. I'll put Bellatrix on there as well. Yeah, I guess it's like
Isn't it the Funky Bunch?
it's Big V and the Funky Bunch
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah.
Big V and the Funky Bunch and Nagini. And I'm gonna put them above Tommy Boy. Yeah. They're gonna put them above Tommy Boy.
I have no
Congratulations.
context for that.
Tommy Boy is young Tom Riddle.
Got
Cool,
it.
Greg.
Got it.
Yeah, so that does it for Ragu Bagu.
Ragu Bagu,
Follow us on
baby.
Ragu Bagu Vids, where earlier I posted a photo of when they are halfway into turning into Harry and they're halfway into morphing into him, and they all look so scary.
Yeah, that's a
It's
scene.
Very scary scene, yeah.
A little update real quick that I keep forgetting to do in these episodes. The point totals so far.
Oh, yeah. Forgot.
There's a lot of points got moved around today.
Ravenclaw, a.k.a. RC, a.k.a. Has 30 points. 30 points.
That didn't sound right.
Do we? I feel like we've been docked.
Yeah,
a lot.
you guys have been lost a
Nah,
lot
we're
of
good.
points.
We're good. We're
But
good.
you also gained the most, and there's 2 of you.
Got it.
So, yeah. Muggle Kevin is at 10.
So Gryffindor's at 10, huh?
And Tim's team is at 0.
Tim's
So
team.
Slytherin?
You're
Zero?
Slytherin.
Yeah, I just I'm reading what's here.
Okay,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
You're
Just
Slytherin.
Who wrote
reading
that?
what's here. Me. Now it's time for Golden Snitches Get Stitches, the Cool Greg effect. Cool Greg, what did you think about Harry Potter and
What's
the
happening,
Deathly
everybody?
Hallows Part 1?
So I know usually every week I come out here and I chop your guys' ear off. I just keep talking, I keep going. But really,
Yeah.
this time I was just impressed by Voldemort.
Cool.
There we go.
I think we all
Ladies
were.
and gentlemen, the Cool Greg effect.
Remember in the beginning where he's just flying? It's not a big deal. Like, we don't make a big deal about it. But, like, wizards can't do that. Like, he's super special because he can fly. That's how powerful he
Oh,
is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
didn't
that.
know
So when he
either.
shoots fucking things, he's flying.
Wow.
Not apparating. Just full on flying.
I mean, yeah. Brooms. Now it's time to rank the
Forget
Harry
everything you
Potter
know.
universe. Number 1, Goblet of Fire. We can't bring this up, can we?
No, we can't.
No, we
Oh,
can't.
cool. Great.
The keyboard's being weird.
Cool. Number 1, Goblet of Fire. Number 2, Order of the Phoenix. Number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. Number 4, Half-Blood Prince. Number 5, Sorcerer's Stone. Number 6, Chamber of Secrets. I need to figure out where Nick ranked it.
Right, I was thinking, like, what's Voldemort's favorite style of sandwich? Panini.
Oh man, what do you guys think?
Oh, man. Yeah, I would put this maybe below Sorcerer's Stone, maybe above Sorcerer's Stone.
For me, it's easily the bottom.
Really? Wow.
I just
easily.
think that this movie does nothing better than the other ones, and it does a lot worse, I think. And it's just at the end of the day, doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like a bad part of a season of TV that's not great to begin with.
I don't think that's a terrible take. I think the bottom might be because Chamber of Secrets has some cool moments. and like this has few cool moments. And
Yeah,
really, it's just omits a lot of stuff, and it's just
The
like,
chase scene in London and like them,
is really
where
cool
Hedwig dies
and
and all that
fucking
stuff.
amazing for Hugh Play Lights.
That shit is cool, but I just feel like similar scenes are done better in Order of the Phoenix and Half-Blood Prince, and Goblet of Fire has other shit that's different, but like same idea of like cool action
Yeah.
stuff. Whereas this movie, like even when it ends, I'm like the last movie ended, I'm
Dobby
like, who the
dying-
fuck is RAB?
Yeah,
This one ended, and I'm just like, all right.
you weren't.
Yeah, it's a weird bridge movie again, but the last one felt like that as well. I do, although I do think the last one had more meaningful dialogue
And a more meaningful death.
like
Yeah.
and also just like things that moved the plot along further. This did feel like, yeah, it could have been a 30-minute short that you maybe watched that came out before the real
Totally.
Deathly Hallows came out. You know,
Yeah.
but just extended to be an over 2-hour-long movie.
We need Cool Greg back for his
Oh yeah,
his
he's good.
points of view.
Did
on this.
Nick vote?
Nick did vote.
What
Nick
did he
voted. He says, I would probably put it one below Azkaban. It's a fun departure from the norm, but half a movie at best.
I'm not against that either. I could go interesting, because that's where I was thinking of putting it originally.
Yeah.
I do like
surprised.
the whole idea of being on the run, though. Like, it's a really cool concept. It just
is.
isn't executed super
And,
well.
and that's the biggest problem I have with it, is that I feel there's cool concepts, and like it could be a cool action movie, it could be a cool Mission Impossible movie, it could be a cool On the Run movie, and it's not. It's just we're supposed to fill in too many blanks, I guess.
It's a master of none.
Yes. Yes. What's up, Kevin?
I'm just trying to decide where I want to put it.
Okay.
Like, is it higher than Chamber of the Secrets in my book?
Cool, Greg? Where would you rank Deathly Hallows? Come talk to Kevin's
Part one.
please. Part 1, yeah.
Easily, I'm putting it under Chamber.
Wow,
Cool.
last
Okay.
on the
Wow.
list.
Oh, wow.
I would put this above Chamber. I would put this at number 6 underneath Sorcerer's Stone.
Time to rank Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Who thinks it's better than Chamber of Secrets? Raise your hand. Andy, Kevin, and Nick raise their hands. Who thinks it's better than Sorcerer's Stone? Raise your hand. Nick raises his hand.
Fucking
Japan.
A.
Somewhere in
dude.
Japan.
Crazy.
What time is it over there?
the new-
Hey Google, what time is it in Japan?
It's like 1 a.m, right?
Really?
I think so.
I did it too fast. I didn't like wait for the actual thing to
Do it.
answer me. What time
Also,
is
you
it in
said-
Japan?
The time in Tokyo, Japan is 5:24 a.m. on
I was
Wednesday.
wrong by a lot. Wait, it's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow. It's KFAF day.
The new ranking of the Harry Potter universe is as follows. Number 1, Goblet of Fire. Number 2, Order of the Phoenix. Number 3, Prisoner of Azkaban. Number 4, Half-Blood Prince. Number 5, Sorcerer's Stone. Number 6,
Deathly Hallows.
Deathly Hallows Part 1. Number 7, The Chamber of Secrets. Next week, we're going to do Deathly Hallows Part 2, Part Dos. I'm excited for it. Let's wrap this shit up. We're going to get some action, I'm pretty goddamn sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Oh yeah.
No, Kevin?
When Guardian
No
Leviosa-
future
Let
spoilers.
me get some action.
Bye.